before I learned about narcissistic abuse, I had this friend of me who invited me into his friend group. He also made music. He invited me to the studio one day through a mutual acquaintance, showed him my songs or something. And to that person, if you're watching, go fuck yourself. But he brought me into the studio and was like, yeah, man, you know, we can do a song together. We did a song. We had chemistry, kept coming back every day, and stayed there for years. As, you know, felt like I was a part of a team. It felt good at first, but there were some things that I noticed. And at first I was paraded around like I was this new shiny toy. Like, look at my new artist. He can rap, sing, produce, engineer, blah, 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 blah. And it felt good to, you know, be around people that you thought were in the same mindset as you. Like, we all want to win. We're all going to win together. But I realized that it was more about him than it was about anybody else. It was all about him. And, like, I would show up because that's the type of person I am. I celebrate people. I support people. And I sometimes at my own detriment, because I would do more for another person than I would do for myself. And that's a part of the healing journey that I've been on. But one of the things that sparked one of the first red flags was noticing that there's like a hierarchy in the way that he treats people. There's a few select people that he viewed as like maybe his peers, like side by side. He wouldn't disrespect them, but there was people that were quote unquote beneath those people that he would disrespect. And they're all his friends, but the way he would treat these people is like mad disrespectful. And that should have been red flag number one, that if he treats these people like that and they've been around longer than you, it's only a matter of time before he tests you or tries to disrespect you the same way he's disrespecting them. And it got to a point where then he would try to test me. He would try to push a boundary or see how much disrespect I could take or would take and tolerate. And because I didn't love myself or value myself, I would have tolerated a lot. Like him using one of my ex-girlfriends in one of his videos. That was like a double whammy from both. A fuck you over here and a fuck you over there. And it was like, I don't really remember too much of like trying to ask, like, bro, why? There's thousands of models, I'm sure, in this city. Why did you use my ex? And it was just like one of those, well, he needed a girl for his music video, Nick, don't be selfish type of shit. And so I just sat with that betrayal and that, you know, feeling of like, God damn, this shit sucks, this hurts, but I'm still trying to show up and still under the assumption that this person is my friend, but he wasn't. And later, he ended up meeting other producers or other artists that maybe the artist had a bigger buzz. And so all of a sudden, how I was treated at first, now I was placed on this back burner, like I said, and the newer artists or the other artists were placed on this pedestal. And now they were side by side, Batman and Robin, like tag teaming, fucking, you know, doing shows and doing all this stuff together. And I was just like, here, just go, here's some breadcrumbs back there for you. But like, and then the other producers will come around, and then all of a sudden that was his producer. And then again, it was just like, I was just fading to the background. And I was like, I didn't like the way this felt. And I thought this was like a team of like-minded people, and we are all on the same page, and we are all aiming to win. But it was all about him and what he wanted. And if he viewed you as higher up than the people down here, you were treated less. And I started to distance myself when that happened. But before that happened, he wanted to use one of my credit cards and give me the cash for it so he could get like flights. He had a bunch of stuff going on, people interested in him. He had fucking managers with fucking millions of dollars. But so he used my credit card, and I allowed him. At first, he gave me the money, but then he kept doing it. Credit started to build. My limit started to get bigger. And then he ended up running my shit up to $15,000 and left me with the bill. And every time I would ask him for the money, he would turn it around on me, which is something I learned narcissists do. Trying to make you feel guilty and shameful for asking hey, where's my money? Even though you owe me, I should be mad at you. But now he's getting mad at me for asking, and I'm supposed to just, oh, my bad, and then feel like shit about myself. And that happened frequently. And then it got to the point where he was like, I don't owe anybody anything. And that was kind of the last straw for me. And I was like, you know what? Like, fuck you, fuck this. Like, and it was like this. What I noticed is when I started to step back, all of a sudden that's when he tried to lure me back in. Like, hey, bro, I got these resources. I got, so and so, I could show them your music. It's like, well, why weren't you doing any of that shit before? You're waiting until I walk out the fucking door to do all the stuff you should have been doing. And aside from all the disrespect and the money you owe me and shit like that, but I was in the studio with him that day where he said, he's like, I don't owe anybody shit. And I was like, you don't owe anybody shit? And he was like, nah. I was like, yeah, fuck you, everybody in there. I was like, fuck y'all, this shit sucks. Like you're not my friend. And then they're just like, bro, you just need to forgive, bro. You just need to forgive. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The fucking debt collectors ain't forgiving shit. They're like, so why the fuck am I? Like, fuck y'all. And to have people try to gaslight you and make you think that you're in the wrong for being upset about the way that he fucked you over is crazy. But not every single one of these people I saw on a daily basis, every fucking day, met their family, like been around. None of these people had my back. Not one of these people, even the people that I met through him, because I'm sure he spread lies about me to all these different people. I'm talking about people that I did songs with, people I thought we were cool. All of a sudden, like, nobody's talking to me. They're treating me differently now. And like later, I ended up becoming homeless and struggling financially, which I'm still fucking am. But I reached out to him through like Instagram, and I was like, dog, pay me this fucking money you owe me. And his response was, it hurts, don't it? Like, that was his intention. He wanted to fucking hurt me. And the whole time, I thought this was a friend. I thought this person had good intentions for me, but that was just me projecting my good intentions on him. And the whole time, he viewed me as somebody to finesse. And that's the thing about these narcissistic people like that. They confuse manipulating somebody as them being smarter than the person they're manipulating. You didn't get over on me. You manipulated a person with a kind heart who would have given you the shirt off their back if you fucking needed it. You didn't finesse. You fucked yourself out of a friendship with somebody who genuinely gave a fuck. And then he ended up getting signed to a major, fucking artist. He had a lot going on. He's still probably doing well musically. But everybody that I once knew, like, not a single one of these people have hit me up, called, been like, hey, that was fucked up what he did to you. I'm sorry. Like, not a single one of them. And these are people I called brother on a fucking daily basis. And I say all of that to say, you got to trust yourself. You got to trust the way you feel around people. You have to trust your inner guidance. And when you feel that something is off about a situation, a person, a place, or a thing, you got to learn to trust that. And in the journey of healing and learning to love and value myself, you learn that it's okay to walk by yourself if none of these people are celebrating you or clapping for you or showing up the way that you need. And what if I had stayed another 5-10 years in a friend group that never really gave a fuck about me? So it just really goes to show, and it really opens your eyes to see how many red flags are you overlooking in your current situation. You feel like you're settling in this relationship or in this friendship or in this job. You feel like you deserve more, but you kind of dim that voice down and you settle for less than you actually deserve, because the comfortability of something is better than nothing. I promise you it's not. Learn how to love yourself, learn how to value yourself, and learn how to be okay walking away from people who don't give a fuck about you.